Collison tips it out again. You can go in the backcourt on a tip on a rebound, and Westbrook does. Durant for three. Bang!
Oklahoma City leads the 2012 NBA Finals 1-0. They defeat the Miami Heat 105-94 in Game 1. The Oklahoma City Thunder now 9-0 at Chesapeake Energy Arena. And that house was rocking here on Tuesday night. And it's Rick Kamla, Dennis Scott, two-time NBA champion Brent Barry, Kevin Durant, and Russell Westbrook had 22 points at halftime. They had 41 points in the second half. What changed?
Well, I think after the first half, they had to get some of those jitters off of them. Game 1, all the excitement, people in town. And then the second half, I think Scott Brooks said, you know what, guys? You okay? We're in the finals. Let's play our game. Get out to run. Get in the passing lane. Move the basketball. And that half-court defense all year long has been solid.
I think when you mention that 3D, there's a couple of guys that come to mind. So it's not only Scott Brooks at halftime going in and telling his guys, look, you're still standing, you're still breathing. We're going to go play a second half of basketball. Calm yourselves down. But to have the likes of Nazr Muhammad in there and to have Derek Fisher in there and to get those guys to get in your players' ears and say, we got a long series ahead of us. We've gotten 2 quarters under our belt. Let's go back out there and play the way we're capable of playing. And then the third quarter, they just ramped up their defense, and it was on from there. I mean, OKC swarmed them much like they did during the San Antonio series, where once they get going, the other team gets back on their heels, and OKC just keeps coming at you.
All right, guys, let's show the basketball world the highlights of Game 1. How did OKC get this victory? Obviously, the marquee matchup between MVP LeBron James and the scoring champ Kevin Durant, getting some counsel from Derek Fisher before the game.
I love that right there. You know, Derek Fisher knows what this is all about. And then the first, I'm going to agree with you, 3D. They go out and they struggled in the beginning part of the game. Miami's doing things that we're not used to seeing, knocking down a bunch of three-pointers. You see Kevin Durant knock this one down, but Miami took control in ways that normally they don't play.
KD had 11 of OKC's 22 first-quarter points. Shane Battier, his third 3 of the first quarter, he had 9 points. Miami was up 7. Bosch checks in at the 4:58 mark, and LeBron James finds him for the J. Miami up 11.
Well, right this part of the game, looked like Miami was taking over the starting unit, got off to a great start in Bosch, and the rest of those guys came in and continued to knock down shots.
OKC is running. James Harden to the ultra-long Kevin Durant. I heard a tweak get him to the line.
We talk about good defense leading to some offense. Usually it's not the same guy on both ends. In this case it was. Kevin Durant, D on one end, and the score on the other as Chalmers knocks down the 3 for Miami.
Chalmers had 8 in the first quarter, Battier 9. They had 17 of the 29 first-quarter points for the Heat.
Huge
James
shot right
Harden
there.
Beats the buzzer at the end of the first quarter. OKC down 7.
Well, that's huge because Miami was such on a roll, so to have Harden come in and hit a big shot like that, you feel good about yourself going into the next quarter.
Harden between the legs of LeBron James to Nick Collison for the slam.
Trickery.
And great patience by Collison. Catches the ball, lets Bosch come down before he goes ahead and gets the dunk. And speaking of dunks, boy, this was a fast break opportunity, 3D. 2 points stolen by LeBron James.
And good for Durant not fouling because he already had one early in the game as well.
That dunk by LeBron was the largest lead of the game for the Heat at 13. Derek Fisher, the veteran, helped the Oklahoma City Thunder restore order, and then Kevin Durant with a thunder dunk. He had 13 first-half points.
Oh, I love that right there. Just Kevin Durant showing his length, getting over the top of the Miami defense.
Chris Bosh for 3. He had 7 points in the first half. Miami up 11. Now, Russell Westbrook goes in, loses it, recovers, scores, and then subsequently gets into it with Battier, double text recall.
Well, when I first saw this, guys, I wasn't sure if Russell was getting out of his game, but actually, this is the way Russell plays. He plays a little angry, he plays a little excited.
Why, you're going to Rocky, where he's just getting mad.
Miami was up 54-47 at halftime. The Thunder came out. It's Thabo Sefolosha finding Russell Westbrook. We got a 3-point game. Then it's Durant finding Thabo Sefolosha. Bones, we were tied at 60. The Thunder open up the half on a 15-6 run.
I love the movement. That reminds me of Boston. Guys sneaking behind the baseline, and as you can see, Purple Rain. Yeah, hit him off.
LeBron James bum rushing the rim. Miami back up by 4. Then LeBron James slams it, plus the foul. Miami goes back up 5.
Well, that's a 1980s continuation to the rim.
Yeah, LeBron doesn't have continuations. He has epics.
There's Russell Westbrook. The extended finger roll made it a 3-point deficit. And then Westbrook.
Here he comes. Here he comes. You know this guy, some point in the game, is going to try to take over. We know it's Durant's team, but you need this guy to stay in attack mode. I thought he was huge in that third quarter.
He had 12 points in the third quarter. KD had 6. 18 of the 27 third quarter points for OKC from Durant and Westbrook. Then it is Fisher with a beautiful pass to Tabo.
One of their best possessions of the game right there. Patience. They passed up a couple shots. Fisher gets it to Cephalosha. And then Miami, you got to worry about OKC because they can do to you what you like to do to other teams. That's take advantage of turnovers and score in transition.
OKC now starting to pull away from Miami a little bit. The Durant slam put him up 5. LeBron James, tough shot plus the foul. We're back to a 3-point game.
Oh, that's just another grown man move in the post, putting his team on his back. Did I say put your team on your back? KD, a huge 3.
OKC up 6. Then it's Westbrook to Durant. OKC up 8, and Bones, they're starting to take control of the game.
Yeah, and a lot of the things that they're doing are off of motion. Guys have to react to some kind of movement before they're getting these jump shots, as we see Wade try to keep his team within striking distance.
He brought them within 6. Late fourth quarter, under 2 to play. Westbrook with the answer. The Jimmy puts him up 8.
Huge shot. We always talk about get to your sweet spot. He did that the whole second half.
Then LeBron James.
Great pass.
And for OKC, it's Nick Collison here putting it in off the pass from Kevin Durant. And Nick Collison had some big plays down the stretch, Bones.
Great find. Not only scoring the basketball, but all the little things that Nick does, taking charges, being in the way, tipping balls. So huge contributions from a guy who's been here longer than anybody else, Nick Collison, big in game 1.
The Oklahoma City Thunder take it 105-94. They lead the 2012 finals 1-0. They're 9-0 at home in the playoffs. They've won 5 straight games dating back to the Western Finals. KD and Westbrook combined for 63. Miami was outscored 58-40 in the second half. LeBron James goes for 30. That's a finals career high for him. His previous high in a finals game was 25.